Hello collectors and welcome to my review of the Anteverse Gipsy Danger from NECA. A Toys R Us exclusive, this figure is a repaint of the Reactor Blast Gipsy Danger with the intention of making Gipsy look like it did at the end of Pacific Rim when it blew up. Is this simple repaint worthy of a purchase? Well, let's take a look to see whether or not it's worth adding into your collection. Getting right down to the looks, those who were expecting this to look like the prototype might be disappointed. Right away, you'll be able to tell the paint details are nowhere near as clean on the final product. But ultimately, the figure still looks nice and has a charm to it none of the other Pacific Rim figures have. And it's made of translucent blue plastic, which is cool. And the paint scheme is rather unique and funky. No matter what, you can't take that away from this figure. Here's a look at Gipsy from the shoulder up, and it's pretty nice looking. The con pod is a nice gold color, and the shoulder lights have some neatly applied paint. Except for this one, there's a little bit of a drip right up there at the top. Here's a look at the upper body of Gipsy where you can see the paint details are intense on the chest. The prototype showed clean edges to the paint and spectacular blending, while the final product is very jagged, and the blending, well, it isn't really that great. Also, the red spray on the front of Gipsy blends in with the blue plastic to make it look very purple, almost a bit too much. Though the paint is indeed different from the prototype, it's not entirely a bad thing. It's just not close to what we were shown and promised. Here's a look at Gipsy's right arm stump, which is nothing but black plastic. Pretty cool. And here's a look at Gipsy's left arm where you can see there's this paint dot right here on this piece of the bicep. And then when we move down to the hand, there is this paint dot right here on the fist. Moving down to the legs, the thighs carry the same red spray to it. But there's something interesting here. Look at the right thigh here. See those stripes? Well, one, they overlap each other. They're red on top of the white, and it looks kind of sloppy. And two, it's not on the left side. The hell? I understand messing up the paint apps like the overlapping over here, but just outright missing? That's something new even for NECA. A look at the shin area for Gipsy, which not too much paint here except for right up here by the knee on the left leg. And here's a look at the back of Gipsy where you can clearly see that nice translucent blue plastic. And speaking of the plastic, here's a nice look at Gipsy in the dark with a light behind it. Just look at that translucent goodness. I've got to say, that is definitely something unique to this figure, and I really appreciate the fact that NECA made it translucent. But it does have some drawbacks. Now, since this is a repaint, here's a quick side-by-side comparison with the original Reactor Blast Gipsy Danger. So all in all, Gipsy looks nice, but it does have some flaws, even some of the ones that I didn't necessarily point out, like a few drips of the brighter colored paint here and there on the figure. Though it looks wildly different from the original Reactor Blast Gipsy, and you have to say that it is an eye-catcher, it handles just about the same articulation-wise. Before I begin with the articulation, though, I have to make one thing perfectly clear. As you know, this Gipsy Danger is made of mostly translucent plastic, including some of the joints. Now, translucent plastic for joints is not necessarily the best choice because it's typically weaker than normal plastic, and it's NECA, translucent plastic joints. Just be careful with moving this one around. So first for this Gipsy Danger, we have the head, which is on a ball joint, and none of the articulation should come as a surprise to you because, again, a repaint of Reactor Blast Gipsy. So any sort of pain you may have with moving the head around or any other parts of the body, then you're definitely going to have it here. So yeah, the head, kind of hard to move around. Now, the shoulder is attached on a ball joint, which you can freely spin around, though do be careful because the arm could pop off. Then we have this shoulder pad here, which is attached on a ball joint, so you get a little bit of give there, a little bit of leeway. The bicep is on a swivel, so as you can see there, you can spin Gipsy Danger's arm around like so. The elbow is on a hinge. Move the arm forward and back. And luckily this portion of the bicep is on a little sliding rail thing, so you can move it up and down. So this way you get a little bit more movement out of that hinge for the elbow. And then the forearm is connected to the elbow hinge on a ball joint, so you can move the forearm around a little bit if you want. And then finally we have the hand, which is attached to the wrist on a ball joint. So you can get some movement out of there. Mostly just spinning around and pulling it out ever so slightly and pushing it in. Now, for the other side of Gipsy Danger, in terms of arms, the stub. It's on a ball joint. Yeehaw! So you can spin that around a little bit if you want. Now, moving down for the ab crunch, it is on a ball joint. So you can spin Gipsy Danger around like so, and you get some movement forward, and a lot of movement back, like that. And also, just really quick, to go back to Gipsy Danger's arm, in terms of lifting it up to the side, that's about as much as you can get. So if you really want to have that ending scene from Pacific Rim where Gipsy's about to blow up, oh, spoiler alert, it's going to be kind of hard to do that. That's just about the best you're going to be able to get. Moving on down Gipsy Danger, we have ball-jointed hips, which, again, be careful because the actual balls are translucent plastic. Gipsy has balls. And kind of tight on mine at the hips. So just be careful, don't force anything. Then we have thigh swivels, as you can see here, which is pretty nice. Moving down to the knees, double hinge, so you can get some sweet movement out of that. Can go all the way back, even out of the battle-damaged one, as you can see there, so that's pretty cool. You can get Gipsy to jump if you really, really want to. And then, as we move down, we have the ankles, ball joints. Pretty cool, not too much movement. But again, Gipsy Danger is not known for stability, so make sure you do have some form of support for Gipsy Danger if you want to display it. And then finally we have a hinge joint for the toe, or the front half of Gipsy Danger's foot. And this one, on mine, moves absolutely freely, but this one is stuck. Now it just came unstuck, huh? Way to go, Gipsy. But it's still a little hard to move. It feels like there might be some paint in there or something. But anyway, ooh, that's great. Some of the paint's coming off of my fingers. So that's Gipsy's articulation. Pretty much what you would expect, and if you have Reactor Blast, you already know the whole story. Better than Series 1 and 2, but still could be better, and less fragile, because those translucent joints on a NECA figure, that scares me. Moving right along to the accessories for Reactor Blast Gipsy, NECA put it in this amazing packaging. And I know, packaging, an accessory, what? Well, some people are going to want to keep this in the package. I know, I'm contemplating picking up another one to keep MISB, but still. And there are going to be a lot of people who want to display this in the packaging, so why not have a nice look at it? So as you can see here, it is a nice clamshell, and the back has nothing on it. Ooh, very cool packaging design for Anteverse Gipsy Danger. It is very unique, so if you're interested in an MISB figure, Gipsy Danger, this is definitely one to consider. Now, moving on to Gipsy's actual accessories, we get this Reactor Blast, which looks identical to the one that comes with Reactor Blast Gipsy Danger, except for it's a little more orange, I guess you could say. And it plugs in just the same way as Reactor Blast Gipsy, since as a repaint, all you have to do is find the little notch on the flame, line it up with the notch on the reactor, and work it in nice and easy, and there you go. Now Gipsy Danger has a projectile of some sort. And then finally we get this groovy looking chainsword, and as you can see, it's kind of warped from being in the plastic tray, and the paint, even though it's supposed to be psychedelic like this Gipsy with some purple dry brushing and sprays here and there, it's still hit or miss, because as you can see over here where my right thumb is, there's some blue paint which is splotching through, which, I mean, it's ultimately forgivable, but for some people who are perfectionists, that's going to get to them. But anyway, to attach the chainsword, all you have to do is find the hole on Gipsy's forearm, right by the wrist, and slide it in without breaking anything. And once you got it plugged in, Gipsy Danger is ready to swing the sword around. Now, a word of advice, you may need to pull the fist out just a teeny tiny bit from the wrist socket in the forearm, so this way you can get the sword in safely without breaking it, because if you break this sword, replacement, you might just have to buy a whole new Gipsy Danger. So ultimately, on the accessory side of things, though this Gipsy Danger may objectively be a little light on accessories, at least it comes with some cool packaging, and the accessories are fitting for this repaint. Not much to complain about, but hey, what we get, it's pretty nice. Now, this Gipsy Danger mold has been on the market for quite some time now, so you should already be able to guess about how big it is. I mean, chances are you probably already own one of the other 5,000 Gipsy Danger paint variants, but still, let's just take a look to see how big this one is. First up, here's Gipsy alongside some Ultra Act Kaiju. Next up, alongside some average-sized SH Monster Arts. Moving right along, here's Gipsy alongside some larger SH Monster Arts. Here, alongside some of NECA's Godzilla figures. Moving into the world of Pacific Rim, here's Gipsy alongside some of NECA's Pacific Rim kaiju. And finally, here's Gipsy alongside some of NECA's other Jaegers. So as you can see, this Gipsy Danger easily fits into the 7-inch scale category. So, buy Gipsy now, skip it, or wait for a deal. Really, the call depends on your taste. It isn't any better than the Reactor Blast Gipsy, aside from the psychedelic paint job, and even then, it's not what was advertised. On a personal note, though, I do like this one more than the normal release. If you like funky figures, this one is for you. It screams unique, and it'll brighten up any shelf. Otherwise, you're safe to skip this one. Though I must say, if you don't have either, I'd say this one is the way to go. It is wildly different from the other Gipsy Dangers released in the line so far, and, well, the normal Reactor Blast Gipsy is just kinda I do like the Anteverse Gipsy Danger, but it will absolutely not be for everyone.